This is Justin Case of American Newscape. Please join Rami and Vicky Abrams, authors of Keto Diet for Dummies and Keto in 5 cookbook series, and also founders of the Tasteaholics website portal, encompassing everything related to the keto diet, and myself. Rami and Vicky have joined us today, offering a glimpse at Keto Diet for Dummies and so much more. Hello, Rami. Hello, Vicky. Welcome to American Newscape.
Hey, how's it
Hey,
going?
thanks for having us.
Thank you for having us.
Great to have you. Uh, let's get started. You've been discussing the top 3 challenges with following the keto diet. What do you feel is number one on that list?
Um, I think net carbs are probably the newest thing for people to kind of realize in the keto diet. Usually, when you think about carbs, you think potatoes or pasta or whatever it is. But on the keto diet, we count net carbs. And what that is when you look at the back of a nutritional label, you'll see it says total carbs, and then you might have something like fiber, and then you might have sugar alcohols like erythritol or maltitol. And on the keto diet, net carbs is when you subtract the fiber and you subtract the sugar alcohols from the total carbs, and that's what the net carbs is.
And that's something that's pretty foreign to people when they first start a keto diet because they're not even used to looking at the calories or the macros in general. And now you're, involving subtraction and everything. So it's a level of difficulty that people kind of, it takes some time for them to get used to.
Absolutely, absolutely, and we recommend. Well, first of all, we recommend maximizing the amount of cooking you do, so you can't accidentally, eat something that you weren't planning to eat. Like if you go to a restaurant, you might order something and it might have a ton of hidden sugar or other ingredients that you weren't planning for, and that they're not keto.
Yeah, you want to be as accurate as you can be, especially when you're just starting out.
Yeah. And with that, a lot of websites have low carb recipes, and they immediately include the full nutritional information, including calories, fat, protein, total carbs, and then net carbs as well, especially keto specific and low carb specific websites. And one of the most useful tools that we found in our time doing keto for the last 5 years is to use an app. Like, I mean, we have an app, but
Yeah, it does the work for you.
any kind of app that counts net carbs, so it takes total carbs and it subtracts the fiber and the sugar alcohol. Any kind of app that'll do that for you, that's an app that's perfect for the keto diet.
Wow. Wow. What? Okay. First challenge out of the way. What is the second challenge?
Well, everybody's different, and just saying, "Hey, I need to start a diet," doesn't. It's not enough usually. So you generally want to tailor what you're doing to your body's needs and your personal goals. So your body's needs, we're talking about, are you male or female? How much do you weigh?
How active you are,
Yeah, how
you
active you
know.
are. So that includes both your job and your daily activity level. So working out, for example, or jogging. Those are two different types of activity levels, and you have to take both into account when you're figuring out your end goal for how many calories you should be eating, how many net carbs, how much fat, protein, and so on. So that's another thing that I think is pretty useful to download an app for. They let you figure out exactly what your goals are, and based on your body type and all these pieces of data that you input into it. And that way you'll kind of have a better idea of what you should be eating. Plus, you can track all the food that you eat. Let's say you make bacon and eggs, you put in, 2 or 3 eggs in the morning, or a couple of pieces of bacon, and then whatever else you ate for lunch and dinner, it'll calculate that for you. It makes dieting far easier. It makes hitting your goals easier and actually tracking what you're putting in, and where you should be along the way.
Wow. So the reality is that app is part of my team. I mean, it's a virtual team and coach to help me make this challenge a little bit easier.
Hmm. It's
Absolutely.
like your personal assistant.
How cool is that? Okay. How about the third challenge, commonly associated with the keto diet?
So I guess making it enjoyable and a lifestyle change.
Yeah, yeah. Because if you keep thinking that it's a diet and keep referring to it as a diet, something temporary, you're not setting yourself up for success. You want to make it part of your life. Like, for example, for us, we don't consider it dieting anymore. We don't really have anything in the house that would be considered not keto. Our tastes completely changed. So it's become our lives. And so one of the best ways of doing that is to figure out how to make your favorite foods keto. And we've been able to ketofy all our favorite foods of the past.
Yeah.
Like I always say, you could, like, with a little bit of creativity, you can make anything keto friendly or your diet friendly.
Absolutely. And I mean, I'm sure you know, it's an uphill battle. Anytime you walk into the store, if you actually,
Temptations are everywhere.
everything is carb heavy, carb rich. You know, and a big challenge in the beginning is that you kind of have to go into the store and turn every item to the back and read the nutrition label and realize that, wow, I can't eat this anymore.
Yeah, you have to really get familiar with your old favorites and your new favorites.
Yeah. So I would say that the first couple of weeks is really the biggest part of the battle. It's getting to know each and every one of the foods that you've been eating and figuring out that, oh, this is okay and that's not. And then whatever is not okay, it's, you know, as Vicky said, changing it to, well, finding a recipe or finding an
like
alternative.
substitutions.
Yeah,
you know,
to make it keto friendly. And once you get that, you're just smooth coasting all the way. You know, the first month is the hardest, and then from there it's easy peasy. I mean, we've been on it for 5, maybe even, what is it, 2020 now? So it's 6 years now.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know, you guys mentioned focusing on SMART goals, and what exactly does that mean?
Well, SMART actually stands for, it's an acronym. It stands for specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time bound. So, I mean, we'll go through the basics just to give a little bit of insight onto it. So in terms of specific, you don't want to be vague with your goal. When you set a goal for yourself, you know, I want to lose weight, that's not specific enough. You want to be, you want to have some kind of number on it, maybe, or some kind of date.
You want it to be like quantifiable.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we're getting into the measurable, but specific is,
it sets you up for
it sets you up for measurable. Exactly. So specific is like, I want to do this by then, for example. And that's when we get into measurable, as Vicky said, you want it to be quantifiable. You know, what is, I want to lose 10 pounds, or I want to complete a 5K. So that's specific. You know, that's measurable.
Or I want to lose 2 inches off my waist. You know, that's something specific and measurable.
Yeah.
Instead of just saying, I would just want to lose weight.
Exactly. And then that takes us to attainable. Is it something that you can actually do? Do you want to look like Arnold Schwarzenegger? Is it possible?
Right away too.
Right away. Yeah. So you want to make sure that it's something you can do, and you can do within that, that either that time frame you set, or that amount of work you're willing to put into it. It has to be attainable. You know, you don't want to reach for the stars and land the block to the left. You know, that doesn't make sense. So, and that goes on to the next point. It's you want to be relevant. You want to make sure that if you're trying to build muscle, you're not running 5Ks every day. You know, you have to make sure that the goals that you set are in line with the strategy that you're gonna implement. And lastly, the time bound. You know, obviously, like if you want to hit it, if you want to set a goal, I want to lose 10 pounds. Well, you don't want to lose it in 2 years. You want to lose it in 2-3 months, for example. So setting all these things up where you have something that's truly attainable and measurable, and you can actually, you know what you're going for, you're going to get there much faster. Oftentimes you'll actually beat your goals, and you'll have even newer goals. And, that's the best part of the SMART system.
It's almost like I'm searching for a balance in the program, correct?
Well, what do you mean?
Well, by achieving my goals, balancing my diet to my activity levels.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, you're trying to find a way to make keto work as best for you as it can. So, just without doing any research or setting any goals, just eating butter and bacon. That's not the magic pill. It's kind of like, it's a two-way street.
Okay. With so much available out there, how important is it to find a consistent source of information? And in what areas is the most important?
That's a good question. I think finding a consistent source of information is very important. I mean, you have to make sure that it's accurate
Like
and
a
it's
credible source.
a credible source. It's factual. As soon as you find it, ideally, it's a vast source that you can utilize for most questions that you have. Because you don't want to be Googling something every time you have a question and then finding a bunch of different answers, and so a lot of the times they're conflicting. So that was a big goal of ours when we started Tasteaholics. Uh, we were having trouble finding simple recipes. A lot of these blogs have recipes that take 15 to 20 ingredients.
And
You know,
ingredients that we had never heard of at that point, as
yeah,
newcomers to the keto diet.
yeah, and that's kind of that's why we started Tasteaholics. And when we first started, we didn't just do recipes. Um, we did high quality articles that had, I think, maybe 10, 20 citations. We
Yeah,
were,
as we were doing our own research, and,
yeah,
and that's one of the best ways to learn is by, I guess, teaching. And that's what we were doing in the beginning
absolutely.
with these articles.
Absolutely. And we were going in, we were reading the studies. We were making sure the studies were valid. We got to know a lot of different researchers through it in terms of, who they are, what they do, are they credible? And so that's how we started Tasteaholics. And from there, we expanded into our Total Keto Diet app to provide also a nice solution for the keto diet in terms of net carbs, having a ton of recipes, and just making it as simple as possible for anybody that's approaching the keto diet or already on it, either way. And then we started So Nourished, which is our physical product company, and we have sweeteners. We're releasing a pancake syrup, brownie mix, pancake mix, and all these things are keto. You can eat them. You can have multiple servings. You'll be way under your net carb goal, and they're all healthy. We're using quality ingredients. We're trying to really do what we were wishing that we had when we first started the diet 6 years ago.
Wow. With the recipe development, what are some of your favorite recipes?
Pizza Express.
Oh yeah, yeah. We have a Pizza Express, so it's a pizza that we make in 5 minutes. We have it, I think, almost every day now for lunch. Well, you could tell them
So we use a low carb wrap, and we like to toast it. And you would think it would fall apart in the end, but it actually holds up pretty well. So we use Mission carb balance wraps. And the size that we have, I think, is only 4 net carbs. And with the rest of the toppings, the entire recipe comes out to no more than, I think, 6.
Yeah, 6 net carbs.
Yeah, depending on what you put on top of it.
It's very low.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we throw the usual stuff on there,
Yeah.
pepperoni,
We do the
jalapeno.
marinara sauce, shredded cheese, pepperoni, jalapeno, anchovies,
Yeah,
fresh basil.
Wow.
and all the toppings like oregano, what's it called, powdered garlic, and everything else.
Well, I
Yeah,
put chipotle on mine.
Chipotle, yeah. Yeah, but it just takes 5 minutes. We get to have
Yeah.
pizza every day, and we feel good about it. It's amazing. One
Well,
of our
that's
favorites for sure.
yeah. You don't have to feel guilt when you guys eat your pizza.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, we don't.
absolutely.
Your keto app.
Sometimes we're yeah.
Go ahead, Ryan.
Well, sometimes we're the crazy people that might go if we're we're being good and everything. We go to a pizzeria because we really just want some pizza somewhere, and we'll just eat the toppings.
We'll be the ones scraping off the toppings into our mouths.
Yeah,
We've gotten some really weird looks, but you know what? It doesn't matter.
Exactly. Yeah. You- your keto app, books, cookbooks, and website are used by millions. What makes your version of things reasonable at this level, or resonate at this level?
Well, the first thing is everything is free. We have some online books that we do sell, and we have like a subscription program, meal plan system in the app that does have a monthly subscription fee. But other than that, everything is free. The full set of resources. We have, I think, over 600 recipes between our Tasteaholics and So Nourished websites. The app has over 800 or 900 recipes now.
Yeah, we've got tons of articles and resources in the app. So I think we kind of condensed
Yeah.
everything that we've been branching out into the app. and building it out to be its own really cool resource as well.
Yeah, and on top of that, we try to keep everything simple. So our cookbook, our first set of cookbooks, Keto in 5, that we made. Well, it was initially dinner in 5, and then we went into breakfast.
Yeah, we went course by
lunch,
course.
Yeah,
Dessert included.
Dessert included. Yeah. Our whole goal was, it's called Keto in 5 because every recipe is made with 5 ingredients, has up to 5 net carbs, and 5 easy steps to make them. So and each book and this collective, each book is 30 recipes. This collective one is 120 recipes: breakfast, lunch, dinner, and dessert. And that was our whole goal.
What I like to tell people is you can literally choose one breakfast, one lunch, one dinner, and a dessert, and still stay under your daily net carbs that you're allowed for that day.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
This is actually fascinating. What would you like to leave us with?
Well, we're big proponents of the keto diet and the keto industry, and we're always trying to improve it, whether it's through online resources, physical products, app, whatever it is. We want to see other people flourish in the same environment that even a better environment than we entered. And that's one of our biggest goals. If that's what we could leave the keto industry with, that's our long term.
Because we truly believe in it. We might have just started it to lose a couple of pounds, but I mean, it's changed our lives. And we tell people all the time, it's beyond weight loss. It's clarity. It's mood. You're sharper. You'll probably live longer. It's way more than just losing weight. And so I think because we believe in it, we are so passionate about making it better.
Absolutely, yeah. We just released Keto Desserts for Dummies. I mean, we recently released Keto Diet for Dummies, but this was last year. But Keto Desserts for Dummies just came out on, I believe, April 28th. So it's actually a brand new release. Yeah. And if you love dessert, there's over 100 keto desserts in this book. They're all amazing. They're all low carb, just the way we intend them to be, and they're all quite simple recipes. They're not 5; they're up to 10 ingredients. But I think for the most part, that's still very low for any kind of dessert recipe. We did as much as we could in terms of keeping it, under the same umbrella of our general product line, as simple, delicious, high quality.
Wow, I'm impressed. You two have done some remarkable heavy lifting for us. I mean, if I want to take this journey, you've given me a reasonable path. I mean, something that I might actually be able to follow and get excited about. So
that's really good to hear.
Thank you. Yeah, that was the goal,
Well, I believe. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, this has been Just in Case, Rami and Vicky Abrams, sharing a glimpse into the remarkable possibilities of keto. Thanks for joining us. Please remember.
Thank you again, Justin.
Additional information and all their links are provided in the videos Read More. And to support humanity everywhere, please consider subscribing to our channel.